of course, I was watching the Toy Fair for all of the Lightning Collection stuff coming out from Hasbro. Make it a point to kind of collect everything. I'm really a fan of what they've been doing as far as the articulation. The real face models, they're kind of goofy looking. I'm not a fan of those, so I don't really like look at those at all. I really don't add them to the characters once I get them out. But
the Billy one looks bad.
it does. Unfortunately, it does. I mean, it's gonna look really. It's not gonna be great. It's just a model, though. They might fix it. So I mean, here's hoping. I did get a look at. I was kind of excited, and I saw that they were gonna do. Well, not really excited because, honestly, I really hate the Green Ranger. I really hate the White Ranger. I hate Tommy so much. I'm so sick and tired. Somebody just got off and got mad at me in the background. Zach can calm down. I'll fight you. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to soon. So you
look like offended.
Who the fuck hates the Green Ranger?
I do. As a matter of fact, there's too much of his crap everywhere, and that means that you have to get that stuff. So, I'm gonna come out there and I'm just gonna drop this and smack you. I'll drop you right now if I feel like it.
He's so pissed.
But yeah, he can be pissed. That's fine. But they are releasing. I was a little hesitant because they are releasing the Dragon Dagger again, which I'm not a fan of.
If you don't buy it, I'll buy it.
I'm going to buy it because I was a little nervous about what it was going to do. If it was just going to be a recreation of the Legacy one, which of course I bought.
Yeah.
And I bought like 3 more because I found them clearance really cheap. And then I sold them.
Sometimes you got to flip stuff.
Well, yeah, of course. But this one is going to have like the ability of actually hitting the buttons and playing it instead of just hitting a button and it plays plays the song. So you can literally hold it like this and hit the buttons, and you can hit them out of order and play a different song if you want to. It's just kind of cool. It lights up and it comes with a stand. I was kind of impressed with that because especially the lighting up thing. I thought that was kind of cool. It's going to be a little bit lighter because the Legacy one, I'll bring that in sometime. The thing is freaking heavy. And it's really hard to grip. Yeah, that's exactly. Packaging's really cool. It's going to be I believe it's the same type of scale. The one thing that I was a little disappointed at is that they brought up, not with the dagger, that's fine, that's good. I really hope they branch out and do other things associated with Power Rangers, because the fans will tell you, and a lot of fans will tell you, except for Zach, that Green Ranger and the White Ranger stuff is a little much. It's like, if that's all that comes out, nobody's going to be happy about it.
Well, I think the reason why that is because everybody, likes Tommy. Tommy is
I hate Tommy.
Power Rangers.
I don't like him, and I don't like the actor, so
you don't like Jason
come at me.
Dude,
No,
Jason
I don't like him.
Dude, he's such a nice guy.
Douche.
What?
Whatever.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Don't at me, people. Or do, and I'll just shoot you down. Like
our show's
everybody
canceled
else.
after today, man.
Yeah, whatever. But the one thing I'm a little worried about is there are just prototypes, but like they did post a little bit about they're going to be remaking the Megazord again.
Oh,
I don't know if but it doesn't. It looks a little iffy to me, but of course it's a prototype. Well, the one thing that I've noticed that Hasbro has done is that they're not releasing a lot of the Zords, stuff like that, together or in the same store. So it makes it hard for collectors. Like, I collect all the Megazords. I've got a whole bunch of the old school ones. I've got the multiple. I've got like Dino Thunder, Dino Charge, things like that. All the old school stuff. Yeah, that just looks super duper cheap, and I'm really hoping that there's gonna be some more effort put into it.
I think there will be.
I mean, me personally, that doesn't look like something I would buy. Hopefully, there's gonna be a finished product to that. It might be a little bit more articulate than, of course, like the older one. But if you really want your best buy for the Son of the Chogokin one from Japan is awesome.
I think it was like $400, wasn't it?
It was $400, and I even bought. And Zach will be happy or jealous. I even bought the Dragon Zord that went with it. I haven't gotten Titanus yet because there's not much to it.
Do you have Tor the Shuttle Zord?
Actually, my ex has it.
Really?
Yeah, I gave it to him because he was a big carrier Zord. He's got Pyramidas too, which I found randomly at some random fair. But yeah, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of like my favorite. I don't have any Zords that are like car based or vehicle based. I hate those seasons. They're boring.
Well, Turbo was terrible.
Yeah, well, Turbo was terrible. So I'm like, they're just so boring. I'd rather have like the animal ones. I always thought they were cool because they're like Transformers and
Mhm.
pretty badass. But yeah, I mean, that one's a little worrisome, but of course it's just a toy fair, so the prototypes are gonna change.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, I'll segue this into something Ronnie can talk about. If you haven't checked out, I've been reading a lot of the Power Ranger Boom comics.
They're so good.
They're really good.
Yeah.
If you haven't gone or checked any of those out, they're amazing.
The thing about the Boob comics, I don't mean to cut you off. You can finish afterwards.
Mm.
It's more adult oriented to
Yeah.
the fan base instead of kids.
hmm
So like, it's really good.
And they've done a couple of crossovers. Like there was a crossover that was
Batman.
like Justice League, which was pretty cool. They're
Mhm.
currently doing a crossover that is Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles,
Mhm.
which is something that everybody's hinted on. I don't want to go into it too much because it's really good read and it's pretty cool because it's like they're all in the same. It's essentially in the same universe, which is
Mhm.
great. But the next issue is what I'm really excited about because I mean, if it's anything, I mean, it's Power Rangers. It's gonna switch out. That is the wrong color. That is not the blue. That is red. What are you doing?
I mean, Jason is the original.
I actually met him a year ago, because I had my pro debut a year ago last week, and we
He was at
did
Steel City Con, right?
Huh?
Was he at Steel City Con?
No, he was in Massachusetts where I started. I made my Massachusetts debut a year ago last week, and then I was wrestling before that. But he actually, I actually got to hang out with him a lot because I ran the signing that we did at the comic book shop as part of the wrestling event because he was there to be part of the wrestling event. Really nice guy, and he's actually going to be going back to the show on Nickelodeon soon, I think in this next season, so that's pretty cool. But since we can segue that into something Ronnie can actually open his mouth about, the Ninja Turtle aspect. I don't know if I know that you've probably followed the comics, and most people will see probably on the internet of course it makes Tommy look bad in the comics, which is
Well,
But-
because Shredder is the Green Ranger. Actually,
spoiler alert, what the hell?
everybody's seen the
Ronnie.
pictures, man. Everybody's seen him as the Green Ranger. And he looks good though.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Whatever.
can't with
Spoilers, everybody. Yeah, go read the comics now. I'm not gonna tell them the storyline aspect, but
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.